Joint operation to nab corrupt officials. Soon ministers, MPs from past 15 years on list. 7-member anti-corruption committee formed. Jatiyo Party leader Monju detained and questioned by detective branch. Travel ban imposed on 18 former ministers and 8 MPs at the request of anti-corruption. Hospital struggle amidst crisis. Doctors promise service resumption tomorrow. 2 arrested over attack. Hello and welcome to News 24 English Bulletin. This is Shehrina Wahid and those were Bashundhara T headlines. The interim government is preparing a major crackdown on corruption targeting ministers, MPs, favoured officials and businessmen from the past 15 years. A 7-member panel from the Anti-Corruption Commission, ACC, has been formed to lead the operation. Transparency International Bangladesh TIB urged swift action while the ACC is advised to reorganize before proceeding.
During the army-backed caretaker government's time in 2007, a sweeping operation against terrorism and corruption was conducted. Many corrupt individuals fled, leaving cars and money bags behind in panic. The high-profile operation is now fueling new discussions. After the student uprising, MPs, ministers, favoured officials and businessmen from the past 15 years are now in fear. Recently, amid rumors of currency note withdrawal, many are hurriedly buying dollars or gold and hiding them at home. Former Secretary Shah Kamal has been arrested with 3 crore taka from his Mohammadpur residence. The task force for the joint operation to trace illegal assets is being finalized. The ACC has already formed a committee to participate in this special operation.
কোনো অন রিকুইজিশনে কোনো প্রতিষ্ঠান হয়তো কোনো অভিযান চালাচ্ছেন, সেখানে দুর্নীতি দমন কমিশনের কাউকে প্রয়োজন হয় তাদের সহযোগিতার জন্য, সেক্ষেত্রে এই প্যানেল থেকে আমাদের কার্যক্রম গ্রহণের জন্য পাঠানো হবে।
TAB has highlighted the formation of the task force as a positive step, stating that persistent presence in the field will reduce the tendency for corruption.
প্রায় সব ক্ষেত্রে মানি লন্ডারিং বা অর্থ পাচারের বিষয়টা জড়িত আছে, সেই কারণে আমরা কিন্তু পরামর্শ দিয়েছি সরকারকে এবং সংশ্লিষ্ট প্রতিষ্ঠানগুলোকে যে একটি টাস্ক ফোর্স গঠন করার কথা বলেছি। দুদকের যে পুনর্গঠনের দরকার, দুদককে ঢেলে সাজানো দরকার, এইটি কিন্তু ভুল আর কোনো সুযোগ নেই। তারা যেটা করছে এর মাধ্যমে এটিকে ধামাচাপা দেওয়া যাবে, এটি আশা করা উচিত বলে আমি মনে করি।
It is reported that from September 4, operation will begin to recover government weapons followed by anti-corruption drives. Desk report, News 24.
Senior Secretary Mohammad Mokhlisur Rahman of the Ministry of Public Administration has warned that there will be consequences if government employees do not report their assets. He made this statement on Monday at the Secretariat. Rahman stressed that compliance with asset reporting is mandatory for all government officials. This warning aims to ensure transparency and accountability within the public sector. Patients at Dhaka Medical College face difficulties due to the interim doctor strike. Emergency services were operational, but outpatient services remained closed. However, outpatient services reopened on Tuesday despite 2 of their demands being met. The hospital director calls the continued strike unjustified. Security forces were visible at the hospital with the government working on the remaining issues. 2 people have been arrested in connection with the attack on doctors at Dhaka Medical College, according to Additional Secretary of the Health Ministry, ATM Saiful Islam. He provided this information to reporters at the Secretariat on Monday afternoon. The preliminary investigation found no evidence of negligence by the doctors. A list of over 30 suspects has been prepared with 4 facing charges. The doctors' clear demands have been met and they are expected to resume normal service. Former Chief Justice S.K. Sinha has recommended that the International Crimes Tribunal try Sheikh Hasina for crimes against humanity related to the August killings. In an interview with News24 Canada, he also mentioned sending a letter to India's Prime Minister to ensure Hasina does not escape and to request her extradition. Over 1,000 people died and thousands were injured in the movement against Hasina's government. Sinha criticized Hasina for corrupting the judiciary and suggested reforms to prevent money laundering. He was forced into exile and faced a false 11-year prison sentence, he claimed. Home Affairs Advisor, retired Lieutenant General Mohammad Jahangir Alam Chaudhary has announced that a reinvestigation into the BDR massacre and the justice process will begin soon. He shared this information during a press briefing at the Secretariat on Monday. The advisor stressed that the government is committed to addressing the case and ensuring justice for the victims of the tragic incident. The United States will continue its support for the interim government with a focus on strengthening bilateral relations. U.S. Charge d'Affaires Helen LaVave made this announcement during a meeting with the Chief Advisor, Dr. Muhammad Yunus, in Dhaka. She stated that the U.S. is eager to collaborate with Bangladesh on issues such as the Rohingya crisis, education, health, and good governance. Dr. Yunus thanked the U.S. for its significant contribution to assisting displaced Rohingyas and assured that the interim government will hold elections at an appropriate time after reforms. Regarding allegations of minority persecution, Dr. Yunus affirmed the government's commitment to ensuring human rights for all citizens. Foreign Affairs Advisor Tawhid Hussain has said that Indian media exaggeration about the mass uprising were not accepted globally. He made this statement to reporters at the Foreign Ministry on Monday. He hopes that there will be no difficulty in improving relations with the Western countries. He also noted that there is no benefit in hostility with Pakistan and no advantage in creating differences with India. We will be back after a short break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching News 24 English Bulletin. BNP Standing Committee member Salahuddin Ahmed has apologized to the public for mistakenly using S. Alam's car. He made the apology during a press conference at his Gulshan residence on Monday. Ahmed also urged the government to focus on necessary state reforms. He stressed that BNP's goal is to build a democratic and prosperous state. The Election Commission has granted resignation to Nurul Haq Nur's Gano Odhikar Porishad. The notification signed by Election Commission Secretary Shafiul Azim was issued on Monday. The notification states that under the representation of the People Order, Gano Odhikar Porishad GOP is registered a political party until further notice. The party led by President Nurul Haq Nur and General Secretary Mohammad Rashid Khan has been allocated to truck symbol. They were given an ultimatum last week to complete their registration before it was finalized. Floodwaters are beginning to recede from the higher areas of Lokipur, revealing severe damage in remote areas. People living near rivers and canals are particularly affected. Already, 18,000 homes across the district have been damaged. Affected families are urgently seeking effective assistance to address the disaster's impact. The price of bottled LPG has increased again. The cost of a 12 kg LPG cylinder has risen by 44 taka. For September, the retail price of 12 kg cylinder is set at 1,421 taka. BERC Chairman Jalal Ahmed announced the new price effective from 6 p.m. on Monday. LPG prices also increased in August and July. The Commission hopes to set fuel prices through public hearings and will form a new full commission next month to decide on adjustments for electricity and fuel prices. U.S. presidential candidates Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are intensively campaigning as Election Day approaches. Kamala Harris is gaining popularity while Trump struggles to keep up with the momentum. The former president is determined to stop the Democratic candidate at all costs, feeling overwhelmed by Harris' rising influence. And that's all from the newsroom today. Thanks for watching News 24. Please stay with us.